Technology has become so intrinsic to our daily lives. Wherever we look, we encounter companies like Amazon and Google, Airbnb and Uber, and Meta's different platforms in one way or the other. Sometimes it almost feels like they're inescapable. Now, it's important to examine them more closely to understand not only their technological implications and consequences for our world today in the world of work, but also the political economic ones and the societal ones. My name is Sarah Qasim, and in my book, Work and Alienation, the Platform Economy, Amazon and the Power of Organization, I dive into what goes on behind the interface. Who are these workers that are powering the platform economy? What are their working conditions like? And how are they alienated? But at the same time, how do they navigate these spaces to organize and struggle for better working conditions? In other words, how do these workers express their agency? So based on my own fieldwork, I dive into two of Amazon's platforms. On the one hand, its e-commerce platform, Amazon's warehouse workers, and on the other hand, Amazon Mechanical Turk, which is a digital labor platform where you can do online micro tasks like answering a survey or labeling some data. Now, it becomes really interesting once we dive closer into this, or into these two case studies, because on the one hand, they shed light on what happens when your wage is hourly versus paid by piece. On the other hand, it tells us something about what happens when I have to be physically in my workspace. What kinds of surveillance am I exposed to? How do I encounter my coworkers? Do I form solidarity with them? Do I organize? But also what happens when this isn't present because you're laboring from behind your screen, almost in your own digital cubicle, not encountering neither the person employing you nor your coworkers, which means you would have to find ways to organize and form solidarity in more alternative ways. Now, by taking a closer look at these two case studies, we can, in a way, understand, at least in part, how the platform economy also reproduces certain trends on the labor market, like normalizing piecework through the gig economy, but also how it produces certain trends, such as algorithmic management, which is now increasingly seeping into the wider economy, where we see work really being mediated through algorithms, and that technology is increasingly playing a bigger role. But for us to understand the growth of these platforms and also their role, we need to go back and understand who is powering the platform economy and what does their reality look like and what are they fighting for.